going for the kill of themselves because they are going to get killed. They just tried to. I don't think they even tried to test the opponent's resistance to roaches. I think that their real purpose was to scare Seof off and not allow him to scout out this gold expansion that is probably giving a lot of income to cats. Yeah, look at this, almost 500 in advantage, and he's equaling gas, which is great. But as you can see, 3 Helios are going to do some very harassing at this moment. Some hot harassment action going on right now, and as you can see, most of those drones, or at least half of them, died in a most painful death you can imagine. Actually, I'm not sure if this is the most painful death you can imagine, and probably I didn't really want to know about this. Well, I hate flames. I mean, I'm quite resistant to pain in most you know, normal type of plane or even unnormal or whatever, but flames, heat, whatever. Oh no, this is the kind of thing I hate. I mean, when I look at the sun, it hurts my eyes, and even when I do not look at the sun but it is a sunny day, it still hurts my eyes. So it is kind of annoying, especially because it also hurts my skin if I am exposed to sun for too long. And there we go, 2 overalls of a nice gifty. So a gifty is going to surprise Seof a lot as soon as it's being developed. And actually this gifty is just a handful of roaches that are destroying a couple, actually a single missile turret, and now they just cannot seem to get past those sea tanks. So they decided that it is going to be fun enough to just burn some supply depots in the number 1. So that's as much as they managed to do. Not too much, I guess, but still it's better than nothing, at least some kind of attempt. And as you can see, we've got some infestors on the battlefield. I'm not sure why are they here. I mean, if I would have to place, I guess they are probably going to be upgraded with neutral parasite to go in on those force and siege tanks. But there's a lot of siege tanks, so more probably it is just going to be Fungal for the win, doing some terrible damage to those siege tanks and just making them corrode in the place they are going to be sit because they are not moving anywhere at all. So this is going to be the advantage that those infestors are going to have upon those guys. So apparently a single overlord has been loaded with units that he likes to carry around because he just likes some physical effort to happen. And as you can see, quite a lot. Whoa, the entire army from Seof is actually marching out, and it is going to meet nothing except for a creep. And those overlords are really ballsy because they are hanging right above the 4 and they are just peeling the creep, and the 4 just simply ignores that it is being pooped on. I guess he's too cool to be pooped on, so that's how it goes. And oh, boom boom fire, baby. And this queen, I have no idea what was she thinking. Apparently she thought that she's manly enough to deal some damage to those siege tanks. Of course she was not manly at all because she was not a man. So as you can see, oh, another beautiful gifty of death. Here goes a huge lot of overlords going to deal some painful damage, and I just tore my feet off, and do not ask me how I did it, but I think I'm bleeding actually. So yeah, I'm going to continue this cast. I think I'm not bleeding. No, it is not bleeding at this one, so it is not too bad. And as you can see, Seof is actually going to split his army. A little bit of it is going to deal some damage into Cat's base, while the other is going to deal with Cat's invasion. And look at all of those SCVs just repairing themselves. That's how cool of a gay they are. And there we go, Fungal going in on those siege tanks and disabling them from, you know, using the siege mode. And now they are still not using it as they try to get themselves a little bit better positioning. As you can see, some supply depot upgrades are going in, trying to allow Seof to make any buildings that he could make actually, and this was not grammatical though. And as you can see, this attack, though very dangerous from cats, has been completely fended off by Seof. So this is just how much he rocks, and apparently finally those routers have borrowed, so then they are now going to get ultra regenerated, and have no idea where the infestors are hiding, or maybe they are dead, one way or the other. But apparently, as you can see, Seof managed to turn an extraordinary bad situation around, and not only did destroy this gold expansion from cats, he also managed to defend against an entire army of roaches and infestors dropped by overlords into the middle of Seov's base. However, as you can see, Seov lost quite a lot of his buildings. Now he's going to lose some more due to those roaches that are just so cool they can attack without being answered. But as you can see, those four factors are still functioning and producing this billion of tanks, so they're going to do some serious damage. And as you can see, the hive is on its way, so this is not so good as I was expecting. I mean, I was expecting a spire to counter. Well, actually, that would be new to make a spire at this moment because forced to just annihilate my meters. So never mind, I didn't say a thing. Apparently we're going to get ultras on the way, or we might also just see the hive going on for the upgrades. I mean, +3/+3, and possibly an additional upgrade towards the Zeglings. I mean, yeah, actually this would be nice to get an upgrade towards Zeglings. The attack speed decorated. I mean, the Zeglings would be decimated by those siege tanks, and yeah, there's no reason to make Zeglings whatsoever. Even though there's a lot of resources that Cats has right now, it would be a bad idea, and actually would fail for it and die utterly. So as you can see, there we go, the fight actually occurring, and all those infestors actually they're using their infesting abilities, and they are controlling those force and forcing them to kill each other, just like a real man does with his woman. And I have no idea why they say that, but apparently a man makes his wife kill another wife, and whatever, it did not make any sense at all, mainly because it is usually the other way around. But oh well, I just said something stupid like I always do, and I hope it made you laugh. Well, it didn't make me laugh, so probably it didn't make you laugh as well also. But at least I tried, right? So as you can see, Cats thought that even though Zeglings are really not a good idea right here, he just realized that he's got so much money, he just has to do something, and he decided to go for the Zeglings. So he's actually going to drop them in the middle of the enemy's base, and there's a huge amount of overlords. Wow. So he's just going to drop those Zeglings into the enemy's base and try to deal some damage, while Seov is actually going in for the God's export from Cats once again. So things do not look good for Cats. I mean, I know that he's got a huge amount of money, but his opponent is also harvesting a lot of it. And while Overlord goes down, the second Overlord did not get down, and a couple of Zeglings is just going in to deal some tiny amount of damage to this base. Actually, they're not going to do any damage at all, and the second festival would better do just running away from here as fast as possible. Yes, it did survive with just, I have no idea how much HP, but it did survive, just barely, and it might be killed, it might not. And there you go, actually the Mutalisks are on the battlefield, and there are no foes anywhere around, so it seems like my idea was not too bad at all, and they are actually going to annoy a crap out of those siege tanks, as they cannot do anything against those mutas. And whoa, this is actually going to be a nice idea. So yeah, I would make a nice idea if I were to play this game. Of course I would fail in many different ways, but still one single idea would be kinda decent from me. So meanwhile, while this is happening, we can see a great spire almost finished. Where is it? Are your big spire? Hey, seriously, where are you? Hello? Sorry, I just have to say it. I hope that I didn't blow your ears off. So there it is, the greatest spire on its way. I mean, it's finished already, and quite a lot of corruptors somewhere. 5 only? I thought there was like billion. But apparently there's none, and as you can see, the Queen is using her ultimate upgrades to fend off the entire attack from those Hellions. And excuse me, I'm about to sneeze, and I'm right now focusing on stopping myself from doing that. So as you can see, Seov's base is being harassed quite heavily by those mutas. However, they are not going to be able to get past those missiles, but however, they might be able to snipe those SCVs, and if I were those mutas, I would definitely try to do so. But as you can see, they were now busy defending against this little siege tank harass. So apparently it might just... apparently, I have no idea who's going to win. I mean, Cats is having an advantage at this moment. I think he's got a much better army, and there is a blind spot for those missile turrets, in my opinion, that those militaries could easily utilize and destroy all of those SCVs, no problem at all. Maybe with a little bit of loss due to not so perfect micro, but yeah, this wouldn't be a big idea in my opinion. So as you can see, Sylve is playing the careful card. He's not letting any of his expansions get undefended, so he's making as many planetary commanders. Yeah, planetary commanders, definitely planetary fortresses as possible. Wow, finally the Broodlords are in place and they're going to decimate this entire expansion because of their ultimate range and firepower, and there's absolutely nothing whatsoever that Sylve could do avoid it. He's got no Vikings, he's got some force, but they are going to get killed in a second due to those Zerglings and Mutalisks. So as you can see, in the end it was the quick push and fast goal that prevailed over the Terran hold power, and I have no idea why I said hold power. Well, I was meaning that they can hold their ground for a very long and in a very good way, but apparently it was just not enough cards outplayed Sylve and just got this better amount of income, better amount of army, and for most of the game he was the guy that was on the offensive. So a really excellent game. I think I could have videocasted this a little bit better, but I do not have time to videocast anything better, unfortunately, today. If I would, and if I had any more time, then obviously I would try to make a better videocast, but I do not today. So yeah, that's all you're going to see today. Really enjoyable game, I loved it. Thank you guys for watching. It was PANCZASU, the mighty mixed power, and I'll see you guys online. And one last notice, if you enjoyed this cast, then please subscribe. If you did not enjoy it, then you do not have to subscribe, but you still can if you want to make me happy. Okay, that was it. Thank you guys for watching.